Breaking news. Buhari. We are taking two-step approach to curb COVID-19. President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday night said Nigeria was taking a two-step approach to combat COVID-19. In his first broadcast to the nation since the outbreak of the disease in Nigeria, the president said although Nigeria adopted strategies used globally, the implementation programs had been tailored to reflect local realities. Explaining the two-step approach, the president said, first, to protect the lives of our fellow Nigerians and residents living here, and second, to preserve the livelihood of workers and business owners to ensure their families get through this very difficult time in dignity and with hope and peace of mind. Speaking further, he said, to date we have introduced healthcare measures, border security, fiscal and monetary policy in our response. We shall continue to do so as the situation unfolds. Some of these measures will surely cause major inconveniences to many citizens, but these are sacrifices we should all be willing and ready to make for the greater good of our country. In Nigeria's fight against COVID-19, there is no such thing as an overreaction or an underreaction. It is all about the right reaction by the right agencies and trained experts. So my people, this is the news reaching us this evening. Thank God, alhamdulillah, Buhari is in Nigeria. Wow. He's been hiding. We don't know, for some reason he's been hiding, but thank God he has given a speech at last for the first time regarding COVID-19 and how to combat the pandemic. You know, and from his statement, he says we are taking a two-step approach now, and he went ahead to expound on the two-step approach. You know, first thing he says we are trying to protect the lives of our citizens here in Nigeria, which is actually very good, which is a very good thing to think about. Firstly, you know, priority has to be given to the citizens of the country. But the question again is, how is he doing that? You know, first thing first, I think all the borders, which he has said, has to be closed, has to be locked down, and no one coming in and going out. I mean, that's obviously the easiest and the fastest method to protect the lives of citizens in the country, you know. And he also talked about the second thing is to protect the livelihood of workers and business owners. Now, this is where we have a bit of problem, because they haven't shown anything, you know, anything that says the government hasn't put anything forward to say, okay, this is how we are going to protect the livelihood of workers or or business owners. You know, there has to be a kind of quick legislation to see that these things happen. Because if you look like other states of the world, in the United States, in United Kingdom, they had to put through the House of Parliament quickly a new legislation where the government can be able to disburse certain amount of money that the citizens can lay their hands on, and also self-employed people. You know, there are a lot of things, a lot of money has been brought out, you know, by the government. But obviously in Nigeria, I don't know how the government, I don't know what strategy he's going to use to get that across to the citizens. And also he talked about healthcare measures. You see, to be honest, that's laughable. Why did I say it's laughable? Because now we have come to a situation where everything has to be opened. Nigeria healthcare system is nothing to write home about. We all are in Nigeria. We know how it is. We know how it is, even for the general hospitals, like we that come from this area of the South. We know how it is when you go to the general hospitals, what has to happen, registration and all that. You know that it's really not 100% equipped for this sort of pandemic. Even developed nations of the world They were still not equipped enough for this sort of pandemic. So I don't know how we're going to do. Our case in Africa is worse because our healthcare system has not been functional. So I don't know how it's going to become functional within the next few weeks or the next few months, because this is something that has been for years, donkey years. Our healthcare system, our transport system, our rail system, just begin to name it, our power sector, just begin to name it, labor, just begin to name it, a whole lot of them. None of them has been working. It has only been working for the rich and the elite of Nigeria. But right now, I don't know how these facilities are going to reach ordinary citizens, because now the toll in Nigeria has gone to about 90 cases has been confirmed in Nigeria. So this thing is serious. This is a serious pandemic that has engulfed the whole world. So I don't know in the area of healthcare measures. I don't know the strategy. Our Commissioner of Health, our legislators, I don't know how they are going to go about this area. Also, border security. Well, border security is quite easy. Well, not exactly easy, but it's quite understandable, and those can also be tackled. Physical and monetary policy. Well, again, that has to go to our legislation. I remember them last week. It was tabled in the House of Representatives, and they just the Speaker of the House just adjourned that case, but they put forward the ones of them receiving 400 Toyota Camrys, but the ones that has to do with the ordinary citizens, where they have to legislate on how to make sure that in this trying period, that the Nigerian citizens are able to get food, basic necessities like food, water. The thing is, like he says in his news, in his words, that we are also taking a global approach. This is not something global. This is not something that we have to take a global approach, because look at it this way. Other countries or Europe are taking a Eurocentric approach. What do I mean with that? In Europe, you don't have the kind of things that we have in Nigeria. In Nigeria, there are people that cannot even eat. There are people that cannot even have proper water, good water to drink. There are people that listen, face me, I face you. So I don't know how it's going to work. We have to now sit down and look for an Afrocentric approach, because in the other countries of the world, it's not like Nigeria. We don't have people suffering at that level where you don't even have what to eat. Now, everything being normal in Nigeria, it's hard when you don't have anything to eat. People go to Lagos under the bridges and everything. People live there, if you get what I mean. Now, we are saying there is a pandemic. How are these things going to be looked into? The other day I was reading the news from the UK. Now, the UK has proposed something that all rough sleepers, they have even provided for rough sleepers. So what does rough sleepers mean? Rough sleepers are those guys that don't have a home. They are homeless. They sleep on the road and everything. But in this sort of time, they have tried to contain all that. Any rough sleeper is taken to a special place where they can stay throughout and well fed and everything throughout this pandemic period. You see? So what is going to happen to us, Nigeria? What is going to happen to all the people living under the bridges? Because now it is hard for ordinary citizens to get food. Now, with the pandemic, I don't know where it's going to go. So yes, this is what has come out from our president today. Thank God, alhamdulillah, that he is in Nigeria, which is very good. Thank God. At least he's giving us a press conference. We haven't known if he's from Aso Rock, but anyways, he has spoken to Nigeria like he ought to do. I don't know why we Nigerians, we make things a topic before we do what we needed to do. There was nothing wrong in this man coming even a week before now and addressing the whole Nigeria. So I don't understand what is going on, why they have to take this long to address Nigeria. We have to learn as Nigeria. Other countries of the world, when something happened, the next minute, you see Donald Trump coming there to address the nation. You see Boris Johnson coming out to address the nation. You see the French president. They always have to address the nation quickly so as to make the whole nation calm, so as to make people, to reassure the citizens of the hope that they have as country members, as country citizens. But in Nigeria, we have to make it a topic. We have to make it a debate before our president can come out and speak about situations. Thank you very much, guys. Everyone that has subscribed to us, thank you very much. We really do appreciate this, because that aids us to be able to get back to be able to get this news straight ahead to yourself. Please, if you haven't subscribed, you're just coming across us for the first time, please do subscribe. We get all latest news your way. Political, mostly political. We get all of them your way straight away as they come. We get them to you. All right. Thank you very much. Until I come your way again. God bless you. Bye.